right? So while talking about the radiation, so we have to discuss about the mediums which are not dependent, or about the process which are independent of the medium. So now we are going to work without the reference of medium. If we take the example of a sun, so heat is also transfers from the sun to the earth or to the bodies on the earth, and that can be done without the reference of any medium, right? So radiation is that type of process in which we don't require any specific medium, and heat can be transferred from one place to another without reference of any medium. So basically radiation can occur in a vacuum and particles of matter are not involved, and we are working without reference of medium. So we don't require any medium to transfer thermal energy, right? In conduction and in convection, we are working with the reference of medium. Now we are working without reference of medium. So radiation is the process in which heat can be transferred without reference of medium, right?
Yes.
And since we know about all electromagnetic waves and all electromagnetic radiations, we discuss about UV waves, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. So those are radiations which can be travel without reference of any medium. So radiations work with the principle or with the characteristics of electromagnetic waves, right? So radiations have same properties as electromagnetic waves have, and it travels with speed of light. And we also discussed the type of wave, that is infrared, if you remember. And in infrared, we discussed that if we heat up some metal, so radiation will start emitting from that metal, just like the example of the microwaves. So in this process, heat is going to be transferred while heating some metal. So radiation will take place over there, right? Okay, any confusion till now in radiation?
No.
Okay, so if we talk about the common example in our daily life, so example in our daily life is a very common example of sun. So normally if we are talking about sun, if we talk about the ozone layer, so ozone layer is just to protect us from that the radiation coming out from the sun, because sun works, it also works on the principle of nuclear fusion reaction. If you remember when we talk about nuclear fusion reaction, right? So this is the process. So that's why radiation will start emitting from the surface of the sun and it reaches the earth without any medium or without any reference, because there is a gap or there is a space between earth and sun. So radiation can transfer with the speed of light and it can travel without reference of any medium, right? And further, if we talk about some different colors which we used in our daily life, if you know that. Normally, we talk about that in winter season, we used to wear dark colors because dark colors are good absorber of heat and good emitter of heat also. And in summer days or in summer season, we usually use a light colors or white colors because white color are good reflector and are bad absorber, right? And normally, if we talk about some countries or some cities where the temperature is very much high in most of the days in the air, so the buildings are usually painted white because white colors are good reflector, right? So that is also works or that is also the application of the radiation that we use bright colors in summer season and we use dull or dark color in winter season, right? So if we talk about good and bad absorbers. Okay, so if we talk about good and bad absorbers, so let's suppose if we are having experiment, let's suppose we are having a cube. Okay, so we are having a cube over here. Okay, so if we are working with a cube, and let's suppose if we are having a tiny hole over it, right? So that is for the radiation. So radiation is going to be absorbed from the surrounding and it is going to be absorbed inner side. And now we are going to polish each and every side with different color. Let's suppose if we are going to polish, so if we polish this side black and if we polish this side with different color that is of white, and let's suppose if we polish back side that is of silver color. So now we are having three sides with different colors. So three different colors are placed on the different walls of the box, right? One is of white color, second one is of silver color, and third is of black color, right? And now radiations are going to be added from this um, tiny hole, or radiation is going to be added up into the box with this tiny hole. Now we have to check that either which color will absorb more amount of heat or which color will reflect heat or the radiation. So let's suppose if we talk about the different colors. So first one, if we talk about black, white, and silver. And we have to discuss three properties. First property is if we talk about the absorber. Second one is a reflector. And third one is emitter. So we are having three different process. Now let's check which process is good in which color. So let's first if we talk about the absorption process. So which color will absorb more amount of radiation?
Black?
Black color. So black color is the best absorber. And if we are moving from black to silver, so we are getting from, so we are moving from best to the worst side, right? And now if we talk about the reflector, so which color is the best reflector?
Silver?
Yes, silver is the best reflector. So it means if we start moving back from silver to the black, so it means we are moving from best reflector to the worst reflector, right? And there is a difference between reflection and emission process. If you remember, if rays are going to be reflect back or bounce back from the surface, so that process is known as reflection, right? And when we absorb amount of radiation or waves by some material, then it is going to be emit from that material. So that process is known as the emission, or that material is known as emitter, right? So for emission, we have to absorb first, right? So it means that black color will absorb best. So it means it is also a good emitter, right? So it means that we are moving from best to the worst, right?
Yes.
So in these are three specific factors which we need to remember about radiations, because mostly they ask about these factors, that which color is best, or which color will be used for best absorption, or which color is used for the best reflection process, right? So these are the some properties of conduction, convection, and radiation, right?
Yes.
Now only we are left with some application, just like the vacuum flask and some refrigerator or infrared thermometer. So some applications are only left, in which vacuum flask is important, because mostly they ask about vacuum flask, because that is common example and we use in our daily life. So next class we will start with that topic, and then also we start solving the question from this chapter. Till then, you try to solve the remaining question of previous two chapters, right?
Sir, can you send general physics